వందే శంభుముమాపతిం సురగురుం వందే జగత్కారణం వందే పన్నగభూషణం శశిధరం వందే పశూనాం పతిం వందే సూర్య శశాంకవన్నినయనం వందే ముకుందప్రియం వందే భక్తజన ఆశ్రయం చ వరదం వందే భక్తజన ఆశ్రయం చ వరదం వందే శివం శంకరం. Esteemed friends, Swami Vivekananda is essentially a yogi. He is a patriotic yogi. He is a patriotic yogi of boundless humanism. Therefore, he is to be extolled as the militant patriot of sannyasa nature, spiritual nature. In the Mahabharata, you have one character, Arjun. One day, I had an opportunity to address some school children from 5th standard or 6th standard to the 12th standard. I described the story of the 5 Pandavas. After talking to them for about an hour, I asked them a question. My dear children, you have listened to the story of the Pandavas. Pandavas are 5 in number: Dharmaraj, Bhima, Arjun, Nakul and Sahadev. Of these 5 wonderful personalities, whom do you like most? Is it Dharmaraj of righteousness? Is it Bhima of great strength? Is it Arjun of archery? Is it Nakul of excellent sword fight, or Sahadeva of great devotion? The 5 characters were described, and now the question was in their court to be answered. One student stood up. She was just a small girl of 6th standard. She stood up and said, "Sir, I like Arjun. I love Arjun." Then I said, "My child, you love Arjun. Good, thank you. God bless you. May I know the reason? Is it because he is the most handsome? Or is it because of his expertise in archery? Or is it because of the various titles he has enjoyed? Arjuna, Phalguna, Partha, Kiriti, Bhibhatsa, Dhananjaya, Savyasachi, etc. What is the reason? Why do you like him? Why do you love him? Why do you give him the highest pedestal? May I know the reason?" Then the child said, "Sir, not because of all the reasons which you have said. When the Pandavas were in the forest, Sri Krishna came to them and told, 'My dear Pandavas, you are now blessed with the opportunity to be in the exile. This is the greatest opportunity. Make full use of it. Bhima should meet his elder brother Anjaneya Swami and get additional powers. Arjuna should worship Lord Shiva and obtain Pashupatastra. Similarly, Dharmaraj should meet his father Yamadharmaraj. Nakula and Sahadeva must improve their qualifications. This is a God-given opportunity." Then Arjuna said, "In addition to getting the Pashupatastra, I must have special skills, and that training is available only in the heaven." In the modern terminology, in the Western countries, in European countries, in US or UK, To go there, I need money, I need a passport, I need a visa. And the brothers said, my dear Arjun, if higher education is available in the foreign countries in heaven, we shall send you there. We shall get you the passport, we shall get you the visa, we shall send you to the heaven. Please go there. Equip yourself much better. Arjun, with the help of his brothers, was able to go to the heaven. There, he was a student of Chitraratha's Gurukul. It was a long course, maybe for 6 semesters or 8 semesters. He equipped himself much better with all sincerity of application to the studies. Throughout his period of study, he did not have the attention diverted, he was fully concentrated. At the end of the course, the great master Chitraratha came and told, my dear Arjun, you have got the first rank, you are a gold medalist now. You are number 1 in my school or college. I am going to retire soon, you will succeed me as the professor, as the vice chancellor. Please stay in the heaven. Be well equipped. Be here as a citizen of the heaven. Arjun politely declined the offer. No, sir. I have to go back to my brothers, to my motherland, to my native place. Then the vice chancellor, the so-called master Chitraratha, went to Swargadhipati Indra. Sir, the great man Arjun is here. He will be an asset to us. He will train the students in future. Please retain him. Indra called him and told Arjun, my dear Arjuna, you can be the citizen of heaven. You can be the citizen of US. I shall give you the green card. You know, in America, every citizen is entitled to contest and become the president of the US. I am going to retire. You will succeed me. You are my son. You are now the citizen. You have the green card. You will be next Indra. I shall put you on the throne and you will be the ruler. You will be the president of US. Arjun politely declined the offer. No, sir. I am sent by my brothers. I am from my motherland. I am from India. I should go back. I should use the additional talents acquired for the benefit of my country, for the use of my people. It is my brothers who have sent me here. Should I not be of use to them? I must go back. Then he was packing, trying to return to his motherland. When Arjuna was about to return to the earth, one beautiful girl, very enticing she was, very enchanting she was, irresistible was her beauty, and she was Urvasi. She looked at Arjun right from the day 1. She was following him in the classroom, in the laboratory, in the play field. She was fascinated by the physical personality of Arjun. She was enamored of the handsome figure of Arjun. She was drawn to the extraordinary talents of Arjun. And on the day of his departure from heaven to the earth, she went to him, looked at him lustfully, lovingly, and she put forth her request, my dear Arjun, I love you. Arjun looked at her, now get out. Where are you going? To the earth, to India, to my brothers, to my wife. That Draupadi, she is wife of 5 brothers. I will be yours here. Heaven is a better place. Electricity does not fail here. Climatic conditions are never adverse here. There is no hunger. There is no old age. There is always pleasure. Swarna Bhumi, Swarga Bhumi, Bhoga Bhumi is this heaven, is this country. And I am the most beautiful available to you. There are people doing tapasya to be with me. Urvasi is the most enticing girl. I am yours. Stay. Be with me. Arjun said, get out. This is the speciality of Arjun, sir. Arjuna is sent by his brothers. People are sending us to the foreign countries so that we will be useful to the countrymen. It is with the taxpayers' money. We go to the West and we don't want to return. We stay there enjoying the pleasures. Arjuna went to heaven, studied there, was given the highest offers, and was tempted by the most beautiful damsel Urvasi, refusing them all, ignoring them all. He wanted to return to India. He wanted to return to the Vanavasa. He wanted to live with his brothers and the wife. Such was his patriotism. Swami Vivekananda went abroad, became a global personality. He was offered the highest positions. He was offered the post of a professor. Had he continued in the Western countries, he would have been glorified as another great Messiah. People literally begged him to stay in the foreign countries as their leader, as their role model, as their friend, philosopher, guide and God. Swami Vivekananda, no. I am from India. I must serve my fellow men. What right do I have to enjoy the pleasures of the body when thousands and thousands of my fellow men are suffering in India for want of food, for want of clothing, for want of shelter? Thank you for recognizing my merit. Thank you for all the wonderful offers. As Arjuna was not able to accept their offers, Chitraratha offered the highest position in heaven. Indra himself has offered Arjuna the throne, and Urvasi herself tempted Arjuna, tried to seduce Arjuna, wanted to marry Arjuna. All the 3 temptations Arjuna declined, and he came back. To whom? To his brothers. Where are they? In the forest, in the woods, in the Vanavasa. They alone have sent him. They got him the ticket to heaven. They got him the passport. They got him the visa. Using the services rendered by his brothers, he has gone to the heaven. Similarly, Swami Vivekananda has gone to Chicago with the money given by the students, young boys of Chennai, South India. He has been sent to the foreign countries by the Raja of Ramnad, Raja of Travancore, Raja of Mysore and Khetri Maharaja. They had high hopes. He went abroad. He became a global personality. He gave the spiritual message. He spoke greatly of India. And they all wanted him to settle down in the West as their preceptor, as their preacher, as their philosopher, as their God, as their benefactor. Swamiji said, no, I should go back to my motherland. Sri Ramachandra Prabhu was offered the place in Lanka. Now that Ravana is dead, Lakshmana proposed, my dear brother, we shall stay back here in Lanka. It is Swarna Lanka, we shall have all the pleasures of this place. Then Sri Ramachandra Prabhu declared, Janani Janma Bhumischa Swargadapi Gariyase. Mother and motherland are better than, greater than even Swarga. Similarly, Swami Vivekananda, in the footprints of Arjun, in the footprints of Sri Ramachandra Prabhu, declined the offer of the Westerners. Had he stayed there, maybe he would have become very, very great, much more great than what he is now. But he declined. He said, Janani Janma Bhumischa Swargadapi Gariyasi, my people, my countrymen, my brothers, my fellow Indians. That is the patriotic fervor of Swami Vivekananda. He wanted to be of use to the people who have helped him, who have sent him. This patriotic monk of this country is Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda was able to be a great patriot because he was essentially a yogi. He was able to be a man of great service because he was essentially a yogi. A yogi is essentially a humanist. A yogi is always of service to the fellow human beings, fellow countrymen. And that Swami Vivekananda belongs to us. We are proud that we have a great patriotic monk, Swami Vivekananda, as our role model. Om Namah Shri Yatirajaya. Om Namah Shri Yatirajaya. Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukhaswarupaya Satchit Sukhaswarupaya Swamine Tapaharine Swamine Tapaharine.